physical person there.
Okay, so you're
Attention everyone, can we please stand and face the flag for Pledge Allegiance of America? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jennifer, roll call.
Mr. Vota?
Here.
Mr. Duco?
Here.
Mr. Hendricks?
Here.
Mr. Rowley?
Here. A motion for the approval of minutes for March 23rd, 2016.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. Jennifer, roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
Mr. Vota?
Yes.
Mr. Rowley?
Yes. We'll turn the floor over to Jennifer for the treasurer's report.
Okay, treasurer's report contains bills, accounts, payable, financial reports, which include the board reports. One item we will be doing is approving the establishment of the Down on Main Scholarship Fund. Item 2, adjustment of appropriations for fiscal year 16 from the beginning of the school year till now. And I will read the list of donations we received. $319.88 from the PTO towards the bicycle purchase for testing incentive. $50 from the Masons for the annual Easter egg hunt. A $5,000 anonymous donation for the John Hall Family Scholarship Fund. $500 from Marie Evans, Miller Agency for the Down on Main Scholarship Fund. $4,000 from the Roratans Club for the Roratans Scholarship Fund, and $1,387.22 from the Historical Society for their scholarship fund.
Motion.
Second. Discussion.
Mr. Esky was in today, and the reason for the donation for the Historical Society is that this will be their last year for the scholarship fund.
Jennifer, on the class of 2016 account, that was the one that had an excess left over from the prom.
That's correct.
Usually that senior class always spends a couple, $1,000 or a couple thousand. They started out with 94.33, and now they're negative on their fund balance.
Get there.
They're like 473 negative.
I think that might be the unencumbered balance that you're looking at.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, because doesn't that mean that there's payables coming for that?
That is correct. However, a lot of times what they do is they give us a requisition with more than it actually will be, so that it covers it. I know we just put the Cedar Point purchase order on, so that's probably what put them into the negative. Looking at there. Okay. Yes. And so the expenses we have on probably will be less than the 473 negative balance. That's what that is the purchase orders we have on the account. We won't let it go over the amount.
Thanks.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Jennifer, roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Rowley?
Yes.
Mr. Vota?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
We're going to move into public participation. Okay, nobody signed up. Anybody want to speak? We're going to move into old business with our superintendent, Rob Mina.
Okay, old business, we have 3 items. Approve the 1-year lease extension of the Bears to Be with the rental-free way for the 2016-17 school year, the updated 2016-17 academic calendar, and the second reading and adoption of the policies from last month.
Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Jennifer, for discussion?
The calendar, last week we discussed it, and I will say that I've had more than one person thank the board for listening and making that change. And that's all I have, the second reading.
And we're going to talk about the other policy, right? 64.
We're going to put that on in May, Larry, because then the effective date will be June 30th. Because it'll be so.
All right.
That's what we decided.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Jennifer, roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mr. Rowley?
Yes.
Do you want me to go first?
Okay, whatever you want
Go ahead.
to do. Student Achievement Report, high school, Leetonia High School class of 2016. What is it, top 10? There are four people tied for number one: Evan Davis, Mike Wimboden, Hunter Smith, Quentin Walters, and then the rest of the list is Kobe Simpson, Mackenzie Gardner, Tanner Tullis, and Haley Van Scoy. And the Ohio Honors Diploma: Evan Davis, Mike Wimboden, Hunter Smith, Quentin Walters, Kobe Simpson, Mackenzie Gardner, Tanner Tullis, Haley Van Scoy, Zachary Count, Stephen Burnham, Casey Grace, and Connor Mellinger. The DI teams, the 8th grade Destination Imagination team competed in the Fine Arts Challenge called Get a Clue and placed 5th at the state competition. The team was comprised of Caitlin Glosser, Emma Count, Caitlin Buffone, and Anna Buffone. The 7th grade DI team competed in the Project Outreach Challenge called the MEMI Effect and placed 5th at the state competition. And that group was comprised of Haley Brock, Olivia Clark, Delaney Roller, Katie Supel, and Maya Dolan. The groups have also done a lot of community service through fundraisers for St. Pat's Food Pantry, letters for the elementary, delivering presents, visiting nursing homes, making blankets, community movie nights, and so on and so forth.
Thank you. I'm going to go to the superintendent's report with something similar with that caring and giving. As the school year ends, I always reflect on the activities and programs. And I can't say this enough, how blessed we are to have the staff and students we have in Leetonia. And Mrs. Duke and I have discussed this, and some of the board members. It's amazing. Tonight there was a health fair, over 100 students. The staff didn't have to be there, and they were. Mrs. Babel, Mrs. Cleon Smith was there. Just amazing watching the young, limbo and dance. And we had a 5th and 6th grade dance the other way, or 7th and 8th, sorry, dance the other day. It's just amazing to see all that these students do, and the teachers that give them those opportunities. And and as you know about testing, and these opportunities to me are just as big, not bigger than the testing. To see these students have these opportunities, take advantage of them, enjoying their school career, and looking back and thinking, I really enjoy going to Leetonia, and the adults that really cared about me, and that was just so special. I just can't say that enough. The fact I got 2 letters here. One, once again, going above and beyond. Mrs. Bezzosi, Mrs. Newton-Smith, and Mrs. Huddleston, and Mrs. Babel, working with Key Club in the 6th grade, made Easter baskets for foster children. There's the Leetonia 6th graders. What an amazing group of children you must be to have come up with the idea of providing Easter baskets for the children we have in foster care. The children that receive one of these 50 baskets will be quite tickled with them, and it's wonderful that you thought of them with such a great gift. Thank you so much. Hope all of you have a wonderful Easter and spring vacation. Signed by the Rachel Ketterman Children's Service Administrator. So just another thing that our 6th grade did with the Key Club and St. Pat's Church. Done a few things with St. Pat's, whether it was DI, the turkey trot, donations for toiletries and paper items. And they said a thank you as well. Thank you so much. Please thank the children for their hard work and their generosity to our food pantry. And there's so much to all the children that have kindness and love for their fellow person. St. Patrick's Food Pantry. So like I said, and it doesn't stop there. Friday's to prom. I know they're working there. Mrs. Buck has put in a lot of time and energy for that. Next month, Mrs. Mitchell's taking the group to New York City. Mrs. Duke and Mrs. Bear take their annual trip to Washington, D.C. Next month. I'm looking forward to the Spring Arts Festival. Cleo Smith and the National Honor and Junior Honor Society are going to assist the American Legion with placing flags in the cemetery on Memorial Day. I know Bill Jackson's come up several times to talk about that. in fact, many staff members have provided opportunities and volunteer hours for our students, and throughout the year, and this continues throughout May. And can't say thank you enough to the staff at Leetonia, and as well as the students. And speaking of those going the extra, this year again, Mr. Morelli and I talked, and we went down to Mrs. Smith, and fortunately, she took on another responsibility. The team advising the Leetonia team for the County Youth Leadership Summit, and with their busy schedule, that was a lot to take on. I was fortunate to see their presentation at the golf club, about 2 weeks ago, and I want to say that probably 9 schools participated, and Leetonia was one of the only 3 or 4 to present, and I couldn't be prouder. I was very proud, and they did a great job, and I invited them here tonight. So without any further to do, Mrs. Smith, would you like to?
I think they've got it set. They're all ready.
Okay.
So this is the team. Ready? You guys are introducing yourself, right? You guys want to go up there? Yeah, go ahead.
We are the Youth Leadership Group, and I'm Helena Bedino, and with me I have Sefton Millette, Anna Buffone, Valerie Marston, Emma Kemp, Alex Waterbeck, and Patrick Hall.
In October, we went to a youth leadership program at Kent State Sale. This program was on a Friday, which we had no school. We had to do a community service project of our choice. We decided to make a video that showed the punishments of possessing illegal drugs. We wrote our script and we practiced for 7 weeks every Wednesday. Our idea is a mock trial. We got the video idea after we went to the Mahoning County Drug Court.
In this video, we wanted to show that even if you're just holding drugs for a friend, you can still be punished. Some of the punishments can be parole or community service. You will also be assigned a parole officer. On April 7th, we presented our video at the Salem Golf Club. We presented along with other schools that participated in the youth leadership group. And
By the way, Sefton's the photographer or the video camera. He did it all.
that's been filmed and edited.
Filmed and edited. Should we hit the lights? Yes.
The Honorable Magistrate is kindly presiding.
We are here today in the matter of Jordan Epstein and his possession of illicit drugs with the intention of unlawful distribution. Your Honor, my client is an innocent young woman who has a bright, promising future ahead of her. Boasting an impressive academic record, she was implicated by a fellow student who was trying to redirect the blame on her. The defendant is not guilty, as she was unaware of the drugs that were in her locker. How do you plead? Not guilty.
The defendant would have believed she had no prior knowledge of the drugs in her possession. How many times have we heard this excuse, Your Honor? With both evidence and eyewitness accounts, the defendant will be proven guilty and charged, and another delinquent will receive their due punishment. The search and seizure performed on October 23rd, 2015, resulting in the obtainment of marijuana in Jordan Epstein's locker. She will claim that she was unaware of the drug in her personal locker, but she is using the same excuse we have heard so many times before. Whether or not she was unaware of the drugs in her locker, the police officer conducting the search has verified that the illegal substance was retrieved from her personal belongings. I enter Exhibit A into the court, a written statement from arresting officer who administrated the drug search. Officer Calhoun is a veteran police officer who has performed these types of searches countless times before. Trusted drug dog yields near perfect results that have convicted many delinquents before. I call to the stand David Glatt, an eyewitness who watched this exchange occur in the hall of Leetonia High School.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Please state your name and why you're here.
My name is David Glatt. I witnessed the exchange between the defendant and the person that she received the marijuana from. I was on my way to the restroom when I passed Jordan Epstein's office. She was talking with a fellow classmate, but I noticed she was handling a suspicious bag that then placed in her bag and walked away. You could tell by the body language that she was nervous and worried that she would want to get in trouble.
Good afternoon. Do you see what was in the bag?
No, I did not, but I could tell by their interaction that something was not right. After I heard Jordan had gotten in trouble, I knew I had to say something.
How long does the exchange take place?
It took less than a minute, but between their verbal exchange and what I saw her put in the locker, it was evident that this was something unusual happening.
Did the defendant seem suspicious of what was in the bag?
I was walking pretty quickly, so I can't be sure of what she was thinking or what happened after.
If you aren't sure about this, how are you sure about the entire exchange?
Objection, Your Honor. The defense is leading my witness. His testimony is valid and necessary to this case.
Overruled. Proceed with questioning. No further questions, Your Honor. The witness can maintain his stand. However, I would like to have her to be in the court. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to call Jordan Epstein. Raise your hand. Please swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, as you can see, the illicit drugs were easily concealed within this hollow book. Her good Samaritan personality was taken advantage of by a fellow classmate with less than good intentions. Miss Epstein, were you aware of the contents of the book that you were asked to store for your fellow peer?
No, I was not. It was in between classes, probably under a weekend my next class. He said he didn't have enough time to run upstairs and put the book in his locker, so we asked him to store it in mine at the end of the day. I never thought there would be a random reference that day, and even if there was, I never thought my mom would get searched because I never come into contact with any kind of drug.
What is your relationship to David Glatt, the witness who testified against you today?
A little over 6 months ago, I ended my relationship with him. It was a rough breakup for him because of feelings and family issues. He's been very depressed and he followed me at school.
Did you see him at school that day?
Yes, I did. We had a heated exchange regarding my new boyfriend. He was very angry and swore he would keep revenge.
No further questions, Your Honor. Prosecutor, would you like to cross-examine this witness?
Yes. So, you're in the locker 272.
Yes, it is.
Is this a picture of the contents of your locker?
Yes, that's my locker.
This is your locker number, and this is the contents of your locker. Is it safe to say you were in possession of the drugs?
Yes, but I'm just holding the book from him. I was unaware of what was inside of it.
You just admitted to having it in your possession, regardless of whether you were holding it for someone or not. You were indeed in possession of the illegal drugs.
Yes, I was.
No further questions.
Jordan Epstein, you are being charged with possession of illicit drugs but found not guilty of having an intent to sell those drugs. You are sentenced to a drug and alcohol evaluation counseling session and must follow the recommendations given to you by that counselor. Also, you must complete 16 hours of community service. Let this be a lesson learned that even if the substance is not yours, if you're caught with it, you're the one who will bear the blame. Guilty by association and criminal sentencing are nothing to joke around about. Court dismissed. All rise.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, they're missing Isaac Thompson. He's at track meet, junior high track meet. He was in the video also. And to clarify something else, we had teachers in service, Labor Day, on that October 23rd. So about a week and a half, I asked them prior, I was telling them about this, because of youth leadership if they wanted to go to this summit. And I'm telling them all this, and I said, but think about it. This is what I know, and I'll get you any more information as I get it. And I says, the only thing is, you can't sleep in, because it starts at 9 o'clock, so we're leaving at 8:30. So these are the ones that didn't sleep in, and they so they set themselves aside, and that's why I consider them leaders too.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Okay, new business.
We're going to move to new business, and we will be
We go.
switching over to Raw.
I'll go new business A through C together. Share tomorrow 3 days of unpaid leave in April. Supplemental contracts, non-renew all the supplemental contracts held during 2015-16. And then approve the following for the 16-17 school year. Varsity girls basketball, John Ritz. Varsity boys basketball, Jeff Hammond. Assistant boys basketball, Luke Newton. Assistant girls, Mike Mancuso. Assistant weight coach, Scott Husk. Assistant varsity football, Scott Husk. Joe Simon, Joe Fagnano, junior high, Coach V, and Anthony Ford for volunteer track. And the substitute is approved Keith Kaiser as substitute teacher for the remainder of the school year.
Do I have a motion?
Second.
Discussion?
Are I don't know some of the football coaches,
Yes.
are those all the same
Yes.
gentlemen that did it last
Those
year?
are all from last year's staff, correct? Yeah.
Jennifer, roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
Mr. Vota?
Yes.
Mr. Rowley?
Yes.
Okay, E through F, useless facilities. LASA will hold their meeting on March 29th. LASA Baseball Pony League, the whole games at the high school field were not in use in April through June. Whole games at the high school, LASA Youth Baseball and Softball were not used in May through July. Athletic Boosters, their spring banquet, May 17th. Approved housing and practice for the drum corps coming in August. Masonic Lodge, their Easter egg hunt in April 8th, 2017. And volleyball camp from June 7th to 9th. Also approved the MRSA College Trade Press with YSU. The wireless agreement with Access for fiscal year 17. Member of understanding with OPSI for salary schedule for HQ2 paraprofessionals. And a bid for truck sales and service for the purchase of new school bus, 2017 school bus.
Do I have a motion? I'll second. Moving to discussion.
LASA is going to take care of all the field maintenance when they use it.
In the past, they've lined the field, and then we still usually cut it. We want to cut it all over the
they're
place.
raking it
Yeah,
after they're done
they do,
playing.
yeah. I'm not sure after they're done. I know that before they may do it after they're done as well. But yeah,
No,
yes,
they'll leave it the way they left it. They'll leave it the way they found it.
exactly. Well said.
I just have a comment on 5, the practice of the drum corps on August 8th. Put that on your calendar if you haven't seen that before. It's pretty incredible.
Segueing into that, did we run all that by our coaches? Are our coaches okay with that?
Yeah, I don't sign a use of facilities until Johnny Mack sees it first. He initials it. Yes.
Jennifer, roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Crowley?
Yes.
Mr. Vota?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
And then we'll move into discussion. And start with Danny.
I don't have anything today, sir.
Nothing on your mind?
Nothing on my mind.
Larry?
I'm good.
Richard? Good. Jennifer?
I'm good.
Mr. Mino?
I'm good. Just getting over a cold, so I'm good.
And I'm good myself. So we will hereby move the board adjourn to executive session for the purpose of considering the employment and compensation of a public employee. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Vota?
Yes.
Mr. Duco?
Yes.
Mr. Rowley?
Yes.
Thank you guys again for coming. Really appreciate that. I forgot it was.